Hello. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make some of the things that we use to make our letters and our numbers. All uppercase letters are made with big lines, big curves, and little curves. And I know most of the videos that I'm showing you guys have these things available. So I want to give you a little bit of a video so that you could use some things maybe around your house to make these same shapes. So what I have today is just a gift box. You can use paper, but it'd probably be a little thin, so I would suggest using something a little thicker, and I thought maybe this was the best thing that I could use. And so I'm going to take the box apart, and I have one side of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to cut the edges off just so that I have a nice straight piece of cardboard for making my pieces. I would suggest cutting about 4 big lines, 4 little lines, 2 big curves, and 2 little curves to start, and then you might decide that you might need some more pieces, but most letters are made with those things in mind. And so the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to cut my big lines, okay? So I'm just going to cut the box straight across so that I know it's the same length. So I have 1 big line, and like I said, I was going to do 4 of those. And then, to make my little lines, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut it all the way across. And then, I'm going to cut that in half. And you can have the kids help you make these because it works on strengthening those hand muscles for sure. My hand is definitely hurting from trying to cut this. And even if they're just working beside you and they're making snips, they're still working on those hand skills for cutting. So as you can see, I made 4 big lines with my cardboard box. I made 4 little lines, and now I'm going to work on the curves. The curves are going to be definitely a little bit harder, but I'm probably just going to make 1. So this is my big curve. And then I'm going to use this as the template to make my other big curve. These materials to buy on the Handwriting Without Tears site are pretty expensive, so this is a kind of a good alternative to be able to have access to these materials at home while you're working with your child on learning how to write letters and numbers. Okay, so I'm still working on this big curve. So now I have 2 big curves, so if I put them together I can make letter O. And then I'm going to take my pieces that I have left over and I'm going to make my little curves out of these. And because I'm not really measuring, you might want to start and then you might need to cut some down just to make it a little bit smaller. Let's see what I'm going to have. Because you want to make sure that when you're lining them up with the lines that it makes the letter that you're trying to achieve. Okay. So the first letter that I can make, if I want to make letter A, I'm going to use 2 big lines, and I'm going to turn it so you can see the green side. And then I would use my little line, and that makes letter A. If I wanted to make letter B, I would use a big line, and then I would use 2 little curves. And so as you can see, real simply, I just used a cardboard box to make the pieces to help your children learn how to make the uppercase letters and the numbers. I just wanted to share that with you because a lot of the things that I'm sharing have some of those things in the videos. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.